Geo-Indo-Pacific, 20th of March 2024 Sino-Indian defense connections have been established between the Maldives and Sri Lanka. China has been gaining smaller nations and neighbors that border India as part of its all-out military effort against the Indian subcontinent. China's military is seeking stronger ties with neighboring countries, including Nepal, Sri Lanka, and the Maldives, to fortify its position amidst a protracted territorial conflict with New Delhi. According to China's Ministry of National Defense, a Chinese military delegation met with President Mohamed Muizzu of the Maldives this month and discussed regional security with defense ministers from all three nations. The talks encompassed not only bilateral cooperation but also shared concerns. Beijing views the Maldives, Nepal, and Sri Lanka as strategically significant. Still, it is also concerned about India's increasing military might and recent efforts to work more closely with the United States and Japan on security matters. The country's relations with the island nation of the Maldives and the Indian Ocean have developed particularly swiftly. Signing an agreement on China's provision of military assistance gratis to the Republic of Maldives, fostering stronger bilateral ties, the nation's defense ministry announced on March 4. Simultaneously, with the goal of a complete evacuation by May 10, the Maldivian government ordered that Indian troops stationed there for disaster aid and other reasons be removed. Muizzu chose China for his first official visit after assuming office in November. Muizzu was elected president on a platform perceived as antagonistic to India. China and Nepal are friends as well. Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal, who took office in 2022, is a member of the Communist Party of Nepal, Maoist Center, which is pro-China and receives funding from China. Kathmandu has constructed infrastructure nationwide as part of China's Belt and Road Plan. Following the severe damage to the country's tourism industry caused by the COVID-19 outbreak, Nepal's economy has become even more dependent on China. Nepal has historically benefited economically from Indian aid and formally pursues a non-aligned foreign policy. However, in recent years, it has shifted noticeably closer to China. Due to the collapse of the tourism sector, Sri Lanka defaulted on its debt in 2022. By the end of 2023, China will have accounted for $4.7 billion of the nation's $37.3 billion in outstanding debt, making it its largest creditor. One example of a debt trap is the 2017 agreement that gave China a 99-year lease for the Hambantota port project after Sri Lanka missed loan payments. China and India's relations have been tense ever since a military confrontation in June 2020 over disputed land in the Ladakh region of the Himalayas. At the BRICS conference in August of last year, their leaders met in person with those of Brazil, Russia, and South Africa, but they mainly engaged in side conversations. Beijing has also been the target of increased efforts by New Delhi. It struck agreements with the US last year to purchase drones and work together to build fighter aircraft engines in India jointly. India is willing to work with Japan on security matters as well. In an interview with Nikkei last month, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar stated that Tokyo and New Delhi should work together more on cooperative development and the transfer of defense technologies.